Hello everyone. In this video we're going to talk about rates and unit rates, and then we'll work out an example of a unit rate conversion at the very end of the video. So a rate is a type of ratio that is used to compare different types of quantities. Here is an example. 139 miles over 6 gallons. Now there are several key words that would imply the fact that we're using rates, and here's just a couple of them. We can say per, for, in, and on. These last two are fairly uncommon. I'd say the more common times you'll see per and for. Examples of each of these, we can say 139 miles per 6 gallons. We could say something like $20 for 4 pounds of groceries, something like that. 400 meters in 45 seconds. An example for on could be 263 miles on 13 gallons of gas. We can use that example for this one too, 139 miles on 6 gallons of gas, or you can word it off of these 4 ways, but again, the most common forms are per and for, to let you know that you're working with rates. So the difference between a rate and a unit rate is that a rate having a denominator of 1 is called a unit rate. An example of that could be 40 miles for 1 hour. 40 miles per hour, or say like if you have a job and you're paid a wage, you can say $15 for 1 hour of work. As long as that denominator is 1, we have a unit rate. So in order to change one unit of measure to another, we can use rates that equal 1. If we're doing common conversions like minutes to hours or seconds to hours, we can use something like 60 minutes is 1 hour or 60 seconds for 1 minute to help us do that conversion. And that's what's known as what's called a conversion factor. Conversion factor. Something like 60 seconds for 1 minute or 60 minutes for 1 hour. Those are what are known as conversion factors, and we'll use that conversion factor to help us solve this unit rate problem. So when converting from one unit to another, such as hours to minutes or minutes to hours, we must decide which conversion factor will produce the appropriate result. And that process is called unit analysis, or a more fancier term is dimensional analysis, but we'll just say unit analysis. We'll use unit analysis to help us with this conversion. It says here a cheetah ran 300 feet in 2.92 seconds. What was the cheetah's speed in miles per hour? So we need to convert feet to miles, and we need to convert seconds to hours. A couple of different things going on, but let's take it slow and write it all out. We have our rate, 300 feet in 2.92 seconds. I'll just start by writing this out. And S will be short for seconds in this case. We want miles per hour, so we need to find a way to cancel out the feet conversion. Well, what we do know is that for every mile, there is 5,280 feet. And we've also got seconds here. We want to cancel out seconds because we want hours. There are 60 seconds for every minute, and there are 60 minutes for every 1 hour. The reason why we're doing all these conversions is because in the end, remember, we want miles per hour when we're given feet and seconds. We want to cancel out feet and we want to cancel out seconds because in the end we want miles and we want hours. So the first thing I see is that I can cancel out the feet conversion here, and I can cancel out the seconds conversion here. If I multiply everything straight across as such, I can also cancel out my minutes too, forgot to mention that. Cancel out your minutes, because again, we want miles and hours. If I multiply everything straight across, here's what I'm going to get. It's going to be approximately, move this down here, about 70 miles per hour. And you can also write your unit conversions this way for the final answer. You don't have to write it in that fraction form. This is perfectly fine. So this takes care of rates and unit rates, and then working out an example of that unit rate conversion using unit analysis. In the next video, we will talk about proportions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.